Welcome to part 2 of our series on raising meat rabbits. Today's video is on getting ready to have babies. Hi everybody, thanks so much for stopping by the homestead. My name is Sarah from Traditions Homestead, and today's video is on getting ready to have baby rabbits. The gestation period for rabbits is anywhere between 28 and 32 days. So just before then, on day 25, you need to put in a nesting box for the mama so she can make a nest to have those babies. I wanted to talk a little bit first about nesting boxes. You can buy nesting boxes or you can make nesting boxes. I prefer to buy nesting boxes, and I prefer the metal nesting boxes, and I'll kind of go through them and tell you a little bit of the differences between them and why I like them so much. This is a brand new nesting box. We have increased our herd size, and so at some point I'm going to need to add another nesting box, so I bought this one. It is metal, and there is a top part, there's a side on this side so that the babies can't fall out, and in the bottom is a piece of wood. Now it's also common for the bottoms when you buy them to have pegboard instead, and I actually prefer the pegboard because it's another kind of ventilation feature. When you make them, if you make these yourself, try not to use hardware cloth that, screen on the bottom. I think that the holes in there are too big and it allows too much nesting material to fall out, and then you're just playing the catch-up game, putting more and more nesting material inside there once you put it in with the mom. This is one of the nesting boxes that we've been using for a while, and I actually prefer this design over this metal design because the ledge on the top is wider. And the moms like having the ability to jump up on here, and it gives them extra room. And a lot of times they want an opportunity, once the babies start coming in and out, they like the opportunity to jump up here and get away from the babies if they're starting to drive them nuts. But we're going to use both of these designs. Now, when it comes to nesting material, you have a lot of options. And my preferred nesting material is some kind of hay. It doesn't have to be expensive hay. In fact, just use some cheap hay. Right now, the cheap hay that we have is grass hay. And so I just load this up with grass hay and give it to the mom filled already with nesting material. Now, she is going to hate the nesting job that you've done in here, and she's going to hop inside there and she's going to rearrange everything. If the strands or the leaves are too long, she's going to cut them in half and she's going to make her own little nest. What I also do is when I put in the nesting box, I put additional nesting material outside of the nesting box so that she has an opportunity to use her own natural nesting instincts to grab it and put it in the nesting box. When your doe is feeling the need to make her nest, you will see a very interesting behavior. She will start grabbing nesting material as much as she can and just kind of cramming it in her mouth. It'll look totally ridiculous. She'll just have it sticking out all over the place, and she'll be going for more and more. But that is a great sign that she is going to be a great mom. She is taking this behavior or this situation seriously, and that she is nearing her birthing process. In some cases, you'll see her start exhibiting that behavior the minute you put your nesting box in and the minute you put nesting material in. Sometimes she will just completely ignore you, and then she'll just do it another time. So just because she doesn't start doing that immediately doesn't mean that she's not pregnant and not going to have a litter of babies. Today you're in luck. We have one doe that needs to have her nesting box. It's day 25 for her. Like I said before, day 25 or day 26 is when you want to put in your nesting box. Now, 2 weeks ago, we weaned her previous babies. They were 5 weeks old. So at 5 weeks, we take them away from the mom, put them in the rabbit tractor, and then give mom 2 weeks to dry up, rest, and get ready to have her next litter of babies. So we're going to go ahead and give this doe her nesting box, and I'm hoping that she will show you some of the behavior that you can expect when she gets her nesting box. Now I do want to say that even though the gestation period is 28 to 31 or 32 days, my rabbits tend to have their babies kind of on the later portion of that. You know, 20, actually like 30, 31, and I have one doe that always has it on day 32. If your rabbit hasn't had her babies by day 32, don't assume that she's not pregnant. Keep that nesting box in her cage until day 35. At day 35, if she still hasn't had any babies, then you can assume that she didn't get pregnant all along, and you can go ahead and rebreed her at that time. So let's take this nesting box into the doe that needs it, and we'll see what happens. Okay, here's the doe that needs her nesting box. I'm just going to go ahead and put in her nesting box, give her some extra hay, and we'll go from there. I like to put the nesting box way in the back to maximize the space that she still has to move around. Well, you can see that she's been waiting, apparently. So she's putting as much of that hay into her mouth as she possibly can. She might start rubbing it on the bottom of the cage to break it up into smaller pieces. But eventually she'll also take that big mouthful and just jump right inside of the nesting box and start creating a nest. A couple days before you give her her nesting box, and from now and up until the day that she has her babies, it is very likely for you to see some other kinds of behavior. She may stop eating. She may eat very little. She will probably just lay on her cage uncomfortably until the babies are born. And generally, when rabbits have their babies, they will wait to have them at night so that they have some privacy, as much privacy as they can. I do have a doe that will have babies during the day, and I try to give her as much privacy as possible. But generally they're going to have them in the night. At about day 28, I start looking in the nesting box every morning to see if there are any babies in there. And that will be a video for another day. Okay, so you can see she's starting to get in there. And she doesn't think she has enough shoved in her mouth yet. But this is going to be typical until she has it in tip-top shape. This is a veteran mom. She's had 5 or 6 different litters, so she knows what she's doing, and she's a good mama. So that's pretty much it for getting ready for your babies. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you liked what you saw and liked our video, if you would do us a favor and give us a thumbs up, we would appreciate that. Any comments or questions or advice for us, because we're never going to claim that we know everything, we would appreciate that down in the comments section. If you haven't subscribed yet, if you could go ahead and do that, we would love it. We love sharing our experiences with you, and we're going to be around for a while. So until next time, you guys, you take care, and God bless.
Thank you guys so much for stopping by the homestead today. We do truly appreciate every one of you for wanting to be part of our lives. We're now going to be putting out 5 new videos every week, Monday through Friday, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. Also, don't forget to check out the videos over here on the side. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you next time back on the homestead. God bless.